them, I had a campaign message to say the reason society remained detained by unaccountable small clique is that too often people subscribe to very, very reactionary proverbs, such as, if you can't beat them, join them. That for me is a very negative thing to say to people. I told our people, if you can't beat them, keep fighting them, because they can be beaten and they will be beaten. We sustain that. And once you, from our union training, you apply the money for the job, and usually in signing off, I did that several times before I got my job at Arewa Textiles. I will write, I shall obey all rules and regulations. Yours, obedient servant, and I will sign. Hoping that these last two paragraphs, I shall obey all rules and regulations. I don't know what the rules are, I don't know what the regulations are, but I promise you I will obey all of them. And I offer myself as a servant, obedient servant. Hopefully the person manager reads it and he replies me, come for interview. I'm sure some of us got a job like that. I certainly got a job like that. But once I got employed, and I saw people be hired and fired without any trial, every little thing is dismissal, laws violated and so on, we decided first to purge ourselves of that feeling that we are servants. Servant to who? I am a citizen, I am a worker, I work, I create wealth, and you have no right to just take all the money and share it with few shareholders, and you leave me poorer. And then at the end, you give me a long service award. Thank you, you were born by your parents, raised by your mother, but you devote all your intellect, your resourcefulness to this enterprise. Now that you are too old, go home, this is a certificate. You did well for us, but that's all. And the average workman die earlier than those who they work for. So we start by first questioning, what are these rules? Who formulated the rules? What right have managers to formulate rules without the workers having input? Even national laws are the result of parliamentary consensus. So how can two directors formulate rules? No, we are not going to accept the rules. So the first thing is to question the order if it is not favorable. But don't begin to do so until you have organized. Because if you do so too early, you are isolated and fired to teach others a lesson. So you start by going to a beer parlor in the evening, and in between sipping Golda or Star. I hope I'm not promoting them unfairly. You also have conversation about this condition we are in and how we can change it. And you manage to mobilize the guys and let them understand that this self-pity will change nothing. We will stop agonizing and start organizing. Once you start with that, that is the beginning of the end. And that is what I did in Edo State. I called you people, there are two forces in this state. Those who are happy with these people tell us there is no vacancy. And they say with such finality. And those who believe there should be vacancy. We can fight them. And I tell them how we wrestled in Abuja and we survived. But what I also discover is that this godfather that people talk about, they don't even know how to communicate with the ordinary people. Because their business is done in a living room. They are not even exposed to the weather. Once in 4 years, they wear funny colors in a stadium and talk about power. First, just grab it and later talk about what to do with it. And once we begin to educate the people, push them of that fear, that complex, that they are helpless, and they begin to accept that they are not helpless, and preach the power of collective action, and do some demonstration, or even, I'm sorry to have to say this, but it's all part of it, Duke. You may have to attack a powerful man, even if you have to use a vulgar language on him, to show that he doesn't have that power to react the way that society have assumed. So I should fire him consistently and say the kind of thing that nobody has ever said to him, and you work freely. People begin to realize, so they can even abuse you. Promotions are paid as I went you. We even pay them a higher wage by reasons of the fact that they work around judges, even though the job is not the same thing as the job of a judge. So on that one, I confess to my failure. But I believe that I needed to show that being a trade unionist in government does not mean I should condone clear abuse. When the union derail, I have a duty to bring them back on track. So that, you know, for everything you have the plus, you have the minus. There are limits to what you can do. There are also limits to what you cannot do. And I have to make judgment as to what is appropriate, what is in line with my own idea of good conscience. I am sure on that one, my comrades will not celebrate me, but if I'm celebrated on everything, something must be wrong with the celebrant.